Good morning, students. Today we are going to start our next unit of business studies, that is Principles of Management. I am going to start this unit with a beautiful quote. You cannot grow long term if you cannot eat short term. Anybody can manage short, anybody can manage long. Balancing those two things is what management is. So, I am going to start this unit with the principles of management given by Henry Fayol and F. W. Taylor. So, my dear students, first of all, I want to ask, what do you mean by principles of management? Principles of management are broad and general guidelines for decision making and behavior of managers. So, these are the statements of fundamental truth which act as guidelines for taking actions and decisions. Clear? Management principles are given by two management experts, Henry Fayol, who is known as the father of general administration or father of administrative management, and F. W. Taylor, who is known as father of scientific management. Now we are going to study about Henry Fayol. Who was Henry Fayol? Henry Fayol was French mining engineer. He turned out to be a leading industrial and successful manager. He wrote a monograph in French in 1916 titled General and Industrial Administration. That is why he is considered as father of administrative management theory. Clear? He has given 14 principles of management, division of work, authority and responsibility, discipline, unity of command, unity of direction, subordination of individual interest to the general interest, principle of remuneration, principle of centralization and decentralization, principle of scalar chain, principle of order, principle of unity, principle of initiative, stability of tenure of personnel employees, spirit de corps. So, I am going to start with first principle, division of work. According to this principle, whole work must be divided into small tasks or units, and instead of assigning the whole work to one person, one task should be assigned to one person according to his efficiency, capability, qualification, and experience. This leads to specialization, efficiency, and effectiveness. Let us take an example. In a furniture manufacturing company, work is divided among different persons according to their specialization. He is expert in cutting wood pieces. He is expert in joining the wood pieces. And what about him? He is expert in giving finishing touch to furniture. So work is divided among them according to their specialization and efficiency. And this leads to efficiency and effectiveness. Clear? Next, principle of authority and responsibility. Authority means power to take decision, and responsibility means obligation to complete the job assigned on time. According to this principle, there must be balance between authority and responsibility. If there is no balance between authority and responsibility, then it leads to wastage of resources and time. For example, manager has given order to his subordinate to produce 100 units in 1 week time. Now, subordinate is thinking that he has given me responsibility but not authority to purchase the raw material. Excess of responsibility with less authority results in non-completion of job. Because if there is no raw material, then the person could not complete the target of producing 100 units on time. So there must be balance between authority and responsibility. Next, principle of discipline. Discipline refers to general rules and regulations for systematic working of an organization. Discipline doesn't mean only rules and regulations, but it also means developing commitment in the employees towards organization as well as towards each other. Fuel insists that discipline is required at superior as well as subordinate levels. The rules shall not be applicable only on subordinate, but discipline requires good superiors at every level. For example, these are subordinates or employees. Employees must honor their commitment towards their organization by working effectively and efficiently. Now, what about superiors or managers? Superiors must also meet their commitments by meeting their promises of increments, promotions, etc. This is known as principle of discipline, that everyone in the organization should follow rules and regulations for systematic working in the organization. Next principle, unity of command. Unity of command says that there should be one boss, one order. According to this principle, an employee should receive orders from one boss only, because if he is receiving order from more than one boss, then he will get confused and will not be able to understand whose order must be executed first. So there should be only one boss and one order in the organization. This principle of unity of command is applied in military organizations also. Now, for example, there are various superiors who gives order to the subordinate that do my work first, do my work first, do my work first. Now subordinate get confused that whose order should be followed. This should not be in the organization and this is known as unity of command. Next principle, unity of direction. According to this principle, the efforts of all the members and employees should be in one direction. That is achievement of common goal. That is why there is a quote for this. There should be one head, one plan or one unit, one plan. For example, ABC company manufacturing motorcycles and cars. So there should be two separate divisions for both the products. Motorcycle has its own in charges, plans and resources. Similar for the cars. Working of the two divisions should not overlap on an account. So, unity of direction must be followed in these types of organizations. Next principle, subordination of individual interest to general interest. According to this principle, the interest of the organization must supersede the interest of individual or employees. Because employees are working with some objective and there is always an objective of organization. If individual objective and organizational objective are in the common direction, then there is no problem. But if they are in different direction, then personal interest should be sacrificed. For example, individual interest in this example is to earn more salary and organizational interest says that I am facing the financial crisis and has the objective of cutting down the expenses. In this situation, the individual interest must sacrifice and when organization will come out from financial crisis, then he can achieve his objective. Now, all the principles are clear to you. It's time to check your understanding regarding 6 principles we have discussed so far. First, the sales employee is allowed to give discount up to 10% by the marketing manager, while finance manager allows him to give discount up to 5%. They both are the managers and sales employee is subordinate. So, which principle of management is violated here? Violated means not followed here. Guess it fast. The management and workers have entered into an agreement that workers will do overtime to cover up the losses of the firm. But in return, management will increase the wages. But Management later refused to increase the wages. Means management has not followed their own rules and regulations. They have not followed the commitments made by them to the workers. Means which principle is not followed here? Next, in a company, there are four separate departments for finance, marketing, production, and human resource. Identify the principle of management. As the work is divided into various divisions, so which principle is followed here? Now, it's time to check your answers. First, unity of command, principle of discipline, division of work. Hope these concepts are clear to you, and we will discuss the next principles in the next video. Thank you. Have a nice day.